maybe some of us are just different.
Welcome to MsMojo, and today we're exploring the boldest casting decisions that completely changed the perspective of certain narratives.
For your information, there's a lot more to ogres than people think.
Example?
Jacob Elordi as Heathcliff, Wuthering Heights.
Catherine.
Whether you see him as a tortured soul, a brooding love interest, or a vengeful ex, the fact of the matter is Emily Bronte's work hinges almost solely on the portrayal of Heathcliff. For instance, the book specifically describes him as, quote, dark-skinned, a detail that illuminates much of his and Catherine's complicated romance.
Heathcliff, you're not enough. Not for her.
As a result, many fans were disappointed when Emerald Fennell's adaptation cast Jacob Elordi. He certainly has the chops, but being a conventionally attractive white man fundamentally shifts the dynamic between his and Margot Robbie's characters.
What's one thing you admire about Margot Robbie?
Probably just how specific she is with the films that she makes, and her heart.
She has a good heart.
Yeah, big one.
For better or for worse, Elordi's Heathcliff will be something entirely different.
Is this going to make our heads spin? This your take on Wuthering Heights? Emerald Fennell doesn't do a normal Wuthering Heights. What am I in for?
I think it's going to obliterate your heart. I think it's going to. It's such a painful love story.
Johnny Depp as Captain Jack Sparrow, Pirates of the Caribbean: The Curse of the Black Pearl.
Apparently there's some sort of high-toned and fancy to do up at the fort, eh? How could it be that two upstanding gentlemen such as yourselves did not merit an invitation?
There's no parley in Hollywood, especially when you cast a firecracker like Johnny Depp. From the inception, Jack Sparrow was conceived as a cocky, laid-back pirate, with scene stealers like Michael Keaton and Christopher Walken considered for the role. But then, Depp showed up, and surprised everyone with a hilariously off-kilter interpretation of the character.
Son, I'm Captain Jack Sparrow. Savvy?
Disney was miffed. In fact, they thought Depp was sinking the whole film before their eyes. But Depp stuck to his guns and turned in a career-defining performance that sailed him all the way to an Oscar nomination.
Have I ever given you reason not to trust me? Do us a favor. I know it's difficult for you, but please stay here and try not to do anything stupid.
What can we say? Sparrow is unlike any pirate we've ever heard of, but we have indeed heard of him.
Who are you? No one. He's no one. A distant cousin of my aunt's nephew, twice removed. Lovely singing voice, though. Unique.
Matthew McConaughey as Palmer Joss, Contact.
You're a priest?
No, not really. I got my master's in divinity. Then I dropped out of seminary and went off and did some secular humanitarian work, coordinating efforts with third world churches. Couldn't live with the whole celibacy thing.
As with most book-to-movie adaptations, this big-screen version of Carl Sagan's sci-fi novel makes some very notable deviations, particularly in regard to the character of Palmer Joss.
You look beautiful, Ellie.
So do you.
Yeah, you really do.
I read your book.
Here we go.
In the book, he's a preacher who serves as a religious foil to Ellie's scientific perspective. While he retains part of that role in the film, by casting Matthew McConaughey, Joss came off as a more sympathetic character, one who might even make Ellie swoon a little bit.
I think what Mr. Joss is in fact asking...
Do you believe in God?
The heartthrob factor aside, McConaughey's natural charm turned Joss from a walking moral lesson into a complex, likable character, a decision that elevated Contact's entire story.
Because I don't want to lose you. You find your way home, all right?
Jodie Whittaker as the Doctor, Doctor Who.
Can I have your name, please?
When I can remember it.
You don't know your own name?
Of course I know it. Just can't remember it. It's right there on the tip of my... What's that?
Tongue?
Tongue!
After 12 reincarnations, the powers that be finally asked, why couldn't the Doctor be a woman? Enter Jodie Whittaker, who graciously stepped up as the series' first female lead and handled it with aplomb.
How did we get them? Never mind that. Are they going to go off?
Quiet. I'm trying to think. It's difficult. I'm not yet who I am. brain and body still rebooting, reformatting. Oh, reformatting.
The 13th Doctor is most defined not by her gender, but by her unwavering sense of adventure. Her softer approach to conflicts helped rebuild the earnest spirit that had kept Doctor Who alive for generations, both literally and in the show's universe.
2 aliens, 1 city, 1 night. Best guess? 2 species at war using Earth as a battleground. Are you joking? No.
However, the Doctor wasn't immune to sexism either. Whittaker's casting was groundbreaking because it allowed the show to tackle types of stories it never could before. For a show all about evolving, all we can say is it was about time.
I'm just a traveller. Sometimes I see things need fixing. I do what I can. Except right now, I'm a traveller without a ship. I've stayed too long. I should get back to finding my TARDIS.
Matt Fraser as Richard III. Richard III.
Now is the winter of our discontent made glorious summer by the son of York, and all the clouds that lowered upon our house deep in the bosom of the ocean bay.
It's hard to believe there are still new ways to interpret William Shakespeare's body of work, but against all odds, this 2017 production of Richard III did just that by casting Matt Fraser.
I that am rudely stamped and want love's majesty to strut before a wanton ambling nymph.
The British actor, who was born with underdeveloped arms, was the first differently abled performer to professionally play the legendary role. A part that, as described by Shakespeare, has an unsightly hunchback. By casting Fraser as a character defined by his appearance, this production reframed generations of preconceived biases.
Since I cannot prove a lover to entertain these fair, well-spoken days, I am determined to prove a villain and hate the idle pleasures of these days.
Of course, that wouldn't matter if Fraser wasn't up to the task. Thankfully, he delivered in spades, showing that a little casting ingenuity can sometimes have dazzling results.
I guess on many levels, this is my acting career highlight because, you know, when you ever get to play the lead in a famous Shakespeare piece.
Margot Robbie as Barbie. Barbie.
When you're playing with Barbies, nobody bothers to walk them down the stairs and out the door, etc. You just pick them up and put them where you want them to go.
Let's make one thing clear. You couldn't have found a better Barbie if you went to the store and took one off the shelves. But while Margot Robbie absolutely nails the doll-like performance, it's hard to buy into her character's moment of self-pity.
I'm just gonna sit here and wait and hope that one of the more leadership-oriented Barbies just snaps out of it, does something about this whole mess.
She calls herself unattractive, which is almost laughable coming from someone as naturally gorgeous as Robbie. The movie even makes a cheeky joke about it.
Note to the filmmakers, Margot Robbie is the wrong person to cast if you want to make this point.
With all that being said, it's clear this moment would have landed differently with another actress. However, for our money, we can't imagine anyone else donning the pink clothes as well as Robbie did.
We look great.
I love French.
Denim.
Hey, man. You guys gotta pay for that stuff.
Millicent Simmonds as Regan Abbott, A Quiet Place. Inclusion in Hollywood took a major step forward when John Krasinski cast a real deaf actress as the non-hearing character Regan in this 2018 horror flick. It wasn't just about authenticity, though. Actress Millicent Simmonds played an integral role in A Quiet Place, doing everything from teaching the cast ASL to collaborating on her character's storyline. Her lived-in experiences helped elevate the material into an honest and powerful representation of the deaf community. It's no wonder Krasinski specifically sought out actresses who were hard of hearing. Without their insight, A Quiet Place would have barely made a gasp with audiences. Robert Downey Jr. as Tony Stark, Iron Man.
I am Iron Man.
Coming off a series of flops and high-profile personal struggles, Robert Downey Jr. was the very last person studio executives wanted to lead their franchise. Ironically, though, his troubled past is exactly why director Jon Favreau felt he was perfectly suited for Tony Stark.
What is it? Flying a mountain, look.
He faced a lot of pushback, but Disney dried their tears with cold hard cash when Favreau's instincts delivered a franchise-spawning hit. Turns out the director was completely right. When people saw Downey Jr. on screen, they were able to connect with Tony Stark's struggles in a deeper way.
And they said, here's a line, we don't cross it. This is how we do business. If we're double dealing under the table, are we?
Let's take a picture, come on. Picture time.
The similarities between actor and character is exactly why Downey Jr. wasn't just a great Tony Stark, but a great Iron Man.
You're not Iron Man. You're not.
So, all right, shoot yourself. You know, if I were Iron Man, I'd have this girlfriend who knew my true identity. She'd be a wreck. She'd always be worrying that I was going to die. Yet so proud of the man I'd become. She'd be wildly conflicted, which would only make her more crazy about me.
The original Broadway cast, Hamilton.
I'm Alexander Hamilton. I'm at your service, sir. I have been looking for you.
I'm getting nervous.
Sir?
The point of revisiting history is to identify its impact on the here and now. And what better way to do that than by reflecting what America currently looks like?
I am not throwing away my shot, son.
That's what Lin-Manuel Miranda envisioned for his record-shattering hit Hamilton. Instead of filling the Broadway cast with ethnically appropriate figures, he embraced a colorblind philosophy, allowing performers from all walks of life a chance they'd rarely get otherwise. You could say it worked out.
I am the one thing in life I can control. I am inimitable, I am an original.
Not only did it help audiences visualize the issues in a modern perspective, but we also got some amazing performances out of it. Renee Elise Goldsberry, Daveed Diggs, and Leslie Odom Jr., just to name a few. We're just happy we were in the room where it happened.
I've got to be here. I've got to be here.
Before we unveil our top pick, here are a few honorable mentions. Tom Cruise as Jack Reacher. Jack Reacher. Although he looked nothing like the book version, fans were too smitten to care.
You'll bounce me around to make sure I'm not followed, then walk me into an ambush and kill me.
You ruined my surprise.
Well, I could do one better.
Halle Bailey as Ariel, the Little Mermaid. Bailey's charm proved that everyone deserves to be part of this world.
Betcha on land they understand, bet they don't reprimand their daughters.
Jodie Turner-Smith as Anne Boleyn. Anne Boleyn. Colorblind casting done right.
One of them lurks beneath my bedchamber, shrieking every night. I swear it's taunting me.
Sure there isn't a creature in England that would dare do that.
They should be shot.
Reasonable then.
I want them removed, or I will hunt them down myself.
Mike Myers as Shrek. Shrek. We have Myers to thank for the iconic Scottish accent.
That must be Lord Farquaad's castle.
Uh-huh, that's the place.
Do you think maybe he's compensating for something?
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Cynthia Erivo as Elphaba Throp. Wicked and Wicked for Good.
Elphaba Throp!
This is my younger sister, Nessa Rose. As you can see, she's a perfectly acceptable color.
Cynthia Erivo did more than defy gravity in 2024. By stepping into the green makeup of Elphaba Throp, she also unlocked a whole new avenue for the legendary story. Just think about it. A black woman playing a character who's villainized in part because of the color of her skin? It's such a brilliant fit, it makes you wonder why it had never happened before.
Her green skin is but an outward manifestorium of her twisted nature. this distortion, this repulsion, this wicked witch.
It's simply impossible to witness Erivo's emotional performance without connecting it to the experience of people of color everywhere. If you need proof of the impact, Broadway welcomed its first full-time Black Elphaba in 2025, right in between the release of Erivo's films.
Has someone told me lately, everyone deserves a chance to fly?
Which well-established character do you think deserves to be shown in a new light? Let us know in the comments below.